So in the dot product of the two vectors we get a scalar quantity. That is why we also call this as scalar product of two vectors. So we can write it as a dot b equals to ax bx, and then their y components plus ay by plus az bz. So we know the ax ay az, we put the values. So, and theta is the angle between the vector a and vector b. So this vector a and this is vector b, then theta is the angle between them. So you know that this length is b cos theta and this length is a. So this is a into b cos theta. So that's what dot product is. Means the vector multiplied by the projection of another vector on it. And if you want to find out a, this magnitude of a, that is equals to under the root ax square plus ay square plus az square. And magnitude of b also you can find under the root bx square plus by square plus bz square. So this was the dot product. Now if we talk about cross product, then it's a vector product. Means the resultant is a vector. So a cross b equals to ab sine theta. So here this component, this vector a and this vector b. So you know this component is this length is a, this length is b cos theta, this length is b sine theta. So here we multiply a with this perpendicular component, okay, b sine theta. So that's the magnitude. And now it's a cross product, it's a vector product, we also call it vector product. So we need to tell the direction also. Magnitude and direction we tell by n cap. So this n cap is perpendicular to the plane containing the vector a and vector b. So if this is suppose xy plane, then this n cap, if this is then this will be along the z-axis. So if a and b lies in a and b in xy plane, then n is along n cap is along z-axis. So means this n cap, the direction of n cap, this vector, this is the direction of n cap, or you can say this is the direction of vector a cross b. So simply put your fingers on a and of the right hand, fingers of right hand, and move them towards b, and thumb will give you the direction of the cross product. Okay, so and here a dot b is same as b dot a, but here a cross b is not equal to a cross b, but that's equals to negative of b cross a. And how do we write it? Like this way. So a cross b is equals to I cap, j cap, k cap, and then x components of a, and then y components of x, y, z components of b. And how do we write it? So first of all, for I cap, so here I dot I, j dot j, k dot k is 1, and whereas I dot j is equals to j dot k is equals to k dot I, that was equals to 0. So here, as this will be 0 when this sine theta is 0. So here I cross I is equals to j cross j is equals to k cross k, and that's equals to 0 vector. Whereas I cross j is equals to j cross k equals to k cross I is equals to, so what do we get? Here it was 1, so here also, as the angle is 90 degree between I and j, so this will also be equals to 1. And j cross I equals to k cross j equals to, okay, this is unit vector, so the magnitude is 1. But what about the vector? See, here also on 0 I have put the vector sign. So what is the direction? So direction is different, so we cannot actually write them equal to, okay, we cannot write them equal to because their direction is different. So I dot j, it's xy plane, so the resultant will be along the z axis. Now from y and z, so where will be a resultant? J is along y axis, k cap is along the x axis, so your resultant will be along x axis, that is I cap. And k cross I means z to x. If you move the right hand fingers, the resultant will be in j direction, that is y. Okay, and if you write I cross j cross I, that will be equals to minus k vector or minus k cap. Okay, so what's the way to remember these rules? So write them I cap, j cap and k cap. So move them in clockwise direction. So if you are moving in clockwise direction, I cross j is k, j cross k is I, and k cross I is equals to j. But if you move opposite, like j cross I, that's minus k if you move opposite. So that's the way. And similarly opposite to it, k cross j, that is equals to minus I cap, and I cap cross k cap is equals to minus j cap. So that's, now similar way we need to write it here. So if you're writing it for I cap, so hide this I cap, and you'll be starting after you are hiding I cap. So I cap is equals to j cap into the next is j and next is k. So from j to k you will be moving in this direction. So j to k means ay into bz minus az into by. Then for the j cap you will be writing, so for j cap now you will move from k and then I. So k you will be, so hide j cap, you are writing for j cap, so hide this j cap. You get this by multiplying these two vectors. Multiply these two, you will have 9 terms. Out of the 9 terms, 3 will be cancelled and 6 terms will be there. Okay, so hide j cap and you will be starting from k to I. So k to I, so k is az bx minus ax bz, and then for k cap you will get, now hide the k cap So after K comes I and then I to J. So I to J means I to J. So AX BY minus AY BX. This is how. So this is the determinant form and how you can write it down. So these are the products, and now center of mass. So look at this question. This was in 2020. This NEET exam just conducted. So two particles of mass 5 kg and 10 kg are attached to the two ends of a rigid rod. So this is a rigid rod and its length is 1 meter, and we have the two masses 5 kg and 10 kg. Center of mass of the system from 5 kg. So obviously from 5 kg, so you need to consider this 5 kg as origin. So the advantage will be its coordinates are 0 0. And what will be the coordinates? So this is simply x-axis. So what will the coordinate? Obviously it's 1 0. So you don't need y-axis. There is no y-axis. So what is the center of mass from 5 kg? How much distance? Can you calculate it? So center of mass, capital X, will be, so obviously if this is in the middle, so it will be towards 10 kg, isn't it? So towards 10 kg. So we have two options, 67 centimeter or 80 centimeter. So it will be on this side. Okay. So calculate it. This is M1 x1 plus M2 x2 divided by M1 plus M2. So that is the location of. So if this is your center of mass here, so this distance is x. What is x1? X1 is 0. M1 is 5 kg. What is x1? This is x1, that is 0. What is M2? M2 is equals to 10 kg. What is x2? X2 is its distance from the origin, that is 1. Okay, so put these values here, you will get the center of mass. What is the center of mass?
67 centimeter.
Yes. Okay, 67 centimeter is the correct answer. So see, it's the speed. If you are comfortable with the concept, see how easy the question was. So simply you need to just write M1 and it's x1. So you need not to even write it, because this is 5 into 0. So 5 into 0 is 0. Plus M2 is 10 into x2 is 1 divided by 5 plus 10. And this comes out to be 10 upon 15. So 10 upon 15 meters, right? Because they have the units are, but it is given in centimeter. So that's equals to, so this is 0.67 meters and that's equals to 67 centimeter. Okay, so this was that's the correct answer. Now let us look at the second question. I hope you have noted it down. Yes, and understood it. Any problems?
Yes, sir.
Any problems?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, two persons of masses 55 kg and 65 kg respectively are at the opposite ends of a boat. So we have a boat over here. So this boat is there in the water, and the length of the boat is 3 meters. So this distance is 3 meters. And the two persons, they are sitting at two ends of the boat and their masses are 65 kg and 55 kg. So a person standing over here, his mass is 65 kg, and another person standing over here, his mass is 55 kg. So if you let it as M1, this is M2, this is M1. Okay, The length of the boat is 3 meters. And the weight of the boat is, so mass of the boat is, so this is your boat, right? This is your boat. This is water. It is in the water. So the mass of the boat is 100 kilograms. So now what happens is that this 65 kg man, it walks towards this 65 kg, and both are together. So this, suppose A, this is B. So means here M2 walks from B to A. So the question is, if the boat is in still water, so this is still water, the center of mass shifts by how much? So you have to tell. How much is the shift of center of mass? Yes. Can you tell me? Can you calculate? What is the answer?
ट्राई करके देखते
हाँ
कर रहे हैं सर अभी
हाँ, do it. Take your own time. I'm giving you enough time. All of you calculate it. First of all, tell me what is the center of mass in the beginning when M1 was at A and M2 was at B. What was the center of mass? Solution. So center of mass X is equals to M1x1 plus M2x2 plus, see, this boat it has uniform density, so obviously its center of mass will be there in the middle, right? Yes or no? Where will be the center of mass?
Yes, sir.
So this 100,
Yes, sir.
so you can let it M3. Okay, so x1 here is, you can this coordinate considered 0 0 means this origin, so x1 is 0, x2 is equals to 3 meters, and x3 is equals to 1.5 meter, right? So m3 x3 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3. Okay, so m1 x1 65 into 0 plus m2 x2 55 into 3 plus m3 x3 100 into 1.5 divided by 65 plus 55 plus 100. Okay, so how much does it equals to? So 65 into 0 is 0. This is 165 plus 150 divided by, this is 120 plus 100, and this comes out to be 315 upon 220. Okay, now what is so this is the distance of center of mass from O. Now what is the new center of mass? So M1, so now the distances will be changed, so this we can write it as okay, come on, find it out. Now as the both of them are together, right? So both the masses m1 and m2 are together here, right? At A. Okay. So it means 65 plus 55 kg, they are together, right? And second is here this point, let us see. So C point is the your m3. So now you can find x dash as, so obviously this is 0 origin.
So 0.75 meter answer.
0.75. Okay, good. Others can also calculate. 65 plus 55 into 0 plus, so m3 remains 100, so 100 into 1.5 divided by, we know this sum, this is 220, and this is equals to 150 upon 220. So how much is the change? So that is so x final position minus initial position, so 150 upon 220 minus 315 upon 220. So this comes out to be, yes, this comes out to be minus 165 upon 220. So that comes out to be minus 0.75 meter. So net displacement is 0.75 meters. Yes, all of you are agree with this solution? Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
all of you? Any,
Yes, sir.
any of you?
Yes, sir.
Any of you has any
Yes,
other
sir.
solution? All of you have got the same solution? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, but students, let us look at this question again. If the boat is in still water, the center of mass of the system shifts by center of mass of the system. Okay. So, what is the formula we have? F external is equals to mass of the system into acceleration of the center of mass. How much is the F external here in this case? Is there any external force? Is the water flowing? Water is still.
No, sir.
Both the men 65 kg and 55 kg are already the part of the system. So here the system has 2 men and plus boat. That is what your system is. Yes. So what is the external force acting here in this case? What is the external force acting here in this case?
0.
0. So there is no external force. Then mass of the system. So what is the acceleration of the system?
0.
So acceleration of the system is also 0. So if this boat is at rest, acceleration is 0. So it means boat will means there's, see, is this acceleration of the boat or is this acceleration of center of mass?
Center of mass.
So acceleration of center of mass is equals to 0, right? So the center of mass was at rest. Yes. So it will remain at rest. Center of mass will remain at its own place. Center of mass will not move. Center of mass. This is Newton's first law. This is what Newton's first law is. If external force is 0, then there will be no change in the state of the body. So if the body is at rest, will remain at rest. So center of mass will remain at rest. So what is the correct option? What do you think? Yes? You have one option 0 also. So what's the correct answer? Is it 0.75 or is it 0?
So 0.
Huh?
0. 0.
So
0.
all of you will say means the same thing. All of you were saying 0.75 and now all of you are saying 0. So students, 0 is the correct answer of this question. So sir, what does this 0.7 means? You have also calculated this. This means that both center of mass will remain at its position. Whereas now this man has moved this side. So the boat will move. So if the man is moving this side, the boat will move this side. Man is moving this side, so the boat will move this side. And it moves by 0.75 meter. So the center of mass will remain here. So now you can see that this is the new position of the boat. So it has shifted from B to D. This is 0.75 and this was your A. So now the boat has shifted here. But and both 55 kg plus 65 kg are here. So obviously the center of mass will be. So it was here at C and it will remain at this point C. So center of mass has not moved. Center of mass remains at its point. So it remains at the same location as it was. So the distance from the boat has moved this much distance, that is 0.75 meter. So have you understood the concept, students? So I have solved
No,
this
sir.
part just to make this concept clear to you. Okay? So the correct
सर
answer
एक
is
बार ये दोबारा बताना सर कि ये 0.75 क्या था?
see, this is simply written 0.75 is the displacement. If you are moving the mass in this direction, of course this is the boat. Now we have 55 kg and 65 kg here and 100 kg is here. So where will be the center of mass? So center of mass is displaced by this. So it is now at a distance. So initially it was at distance 315 upon 200. Okay, from here, from A. And now it is at a distance of 150 upon 220 meter. So here we have the new center of mass, 150 upon 200. But it is the same point C as the point C here was, because there is no external force. So all the forces that are acting, even if you are walking, so the force is internal force, no external force. So if the external force is not there, if external force is 0, state of the body will not change. So center of mass will remain at rest. It will remain at the same position. Instead the boat will move. So that's the point. So here the question was, if the boat is in still water, the center of mass of the system shifts by. Will the center of mass shift? No, it will remain at 0. If we look at a question that this is a bomb which was in the form of projectile. It was from a cannon. It came out, and this bomb explodes in air. So it is exploded due to the internal energy, not due to some external force. So due to the internal energy, so the center of mass will remain moving in the same direction, center of mass. But these fragments, these two fragments, they will come down in, two parts are there, but the center, there may be more than two parts, there may be 3, 4, 5, 6 and n number of parts, but the center of mass will remain moving in the same direction. Why? Because F external, there is no external force on it. So that is why the state of center of mass will not change. Okay? But here, so the center of mass will remain at this point, but the boat will shift towards the right. Okay? So initially this point C from A, this was at a distance 315 by 200 meters, so this much distance. Now from 65 kg, this is at a distance 150 upon 220 meters. So C is at the same point. The boat has shifted by this distance.
Sir?
So this is one. Yes.
सर ये क्वेश्चन दोबारा बता दो एक बार.
See, you can watch the video again. I will upload this video. Yesterday video also I have uploaded. There's not so much to confuse. Simple question. Center of mass, obviously, if the two masses are at here 65 kg and 55 kg, so 65 and 55 kg, the center of mass was this much meter, means this much distance. So that is this much distance from the origin, right?
Sir,
Yes.
doubt है sir.
So
Sir, अगर हम if we put more weight on one side, तो boat will tilt, and then center of mass will not change.
see, if you put more mass, so means, but we are studying isolated system. You cannot put more mass. That will be another question. Here the system is isolated. We are not putting more mass. Okay? That's not the part of our syllabus. Obviously, it's just common sense that if you put more mass, then external force you are applying, right? There will be external force, and definitely center of mass will move then, because you are applying external force. Okay? Center of mass will
But
of
sir,
course
here only
move
we are-
downward. Yes.
But sir, here only we are putting mass on one side now. 120 kg on one side.
See, the system has two men and a boat. Okay? So irrespective of you are standing anywhere in the boat, with respect to A, the center of mass will change with respect to A. But here, actually there is no external force acting on it. So the center of mass will remain at its place. So here also the bomb was exploded, so these parts were moving, but center of mass didn't move. So here also boat moved, but center of mass didn't move. Center of mass will remain in the state as it is if there is no external force acting on it, if there is no new external force acting on it. So here the only force acting was gravitational force, and still gravitational force will act like that. But other than gravitational force, there is no other external force. So here also, in the case of projectile also, there were two parts and they were moving. So here also the boat will move, but the center of mass will remain the same as watched by a person standing outside. So I am standing outside, I am not on the boat. Okay, I'm not on the boat, I'm standing outside, so it will remain at the same position from me, center of mass. Okay, don't get confused. Do this question again, you will understand it. No issues. Okay, and you can watch the video again if you have any confusion. Still there is confusion, I will tell it again, but we have limited time, we need to move forward. 3 masses are placed. So as far as this question is concerned, like this previous question, if you have to write the solution, then that's the solution of this question. That's the solution. This solution is only this much. That's the solution of this question. This is your extra learning. This, you need not to do this. Simply see one thing, that is there any external force. If there is external force, then only acceleration is there, and then only the state of center of mass will change. If acceleration is 0, center of mass will remain in the same state as earlier. So here the state is rest, so it will remain at the same position. You need not to do these calculations. Okay, so these are the calculations. If the question comes, how much the boat will move? So obviously if you are walking in this direction, so boat will move in this direction, because from here, this, if it was this A point, so from A the boat has moved to this. So now by 165, so this is the new center of mass. From M1 and M2, the center of mass is this here.
Sir, but without external force, boat कैसे move करेगी?
यहाँ बिना एक्सटर्नल फोर्स के दोनों फ्रेगमेंट्स कैसे अलग अलग हो गए थे? आपने बम फटता देखा, हवा में रॉकेट फटता हुआ देखा आपने? यस, बम एक्सप्लोड हुआ, यहाँ कैसे अलग अलग हो गए? I told you in last class also, you need to have a good imagination to understand science. Okay, वही तो नई चीज आप सीख रहे हैं जो आपको पहले नहीं पता थी. Okay, got it? Okay, think about it, there will be no confusion. 3 masses are placed on the x-axis, 300 gram at the origin, 500 gram at 40 centimeter, and 400 gram at 70 centimeter. So let's do this simple question. So 300 grams over here and 500 grams over here at a distance 40 centimeter, and 400 grams over here at a distance 70 centimeter. Okay, find the center of mass. Come on, find the center of mass from the origin. So here this is M1, this is M2, this is M3. Okay, x1 is equals to 0, x2 is equals to 40, x3 is equals to 70 centimeter. Come on. So what's the center of mass? Yes. So it's 300 into 0 plus 500 into 40 plus 400 into 70 divided by 300 plus
40.
500 plus 40. So what's the answer?
So 40 centimeter.
40 centimeter. So your center of mass lies over here, exactly where the M2 is. Okay, got it? So this question was asked in 2012 NEET exam. All the questions we are doing today are from the NEET exam. Shall we move forward?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 2 particles which are initially at rest move towards each other. So we have two particles which were at rest, so it can be like q and minus q dash, so two charges, and they of course they attract each other, and if their speed are at any particular instant t, its speed is v and its speed is 2v. Okay, so then the speed of center of mass of the system will be, yes, what will be the speed of the center of mass of the system? Yes, students, you have four options. Can you calculate it or shall I help you? How many of you say the option is 2v? 1.5v, v or 0? The two particles were at rest initially.
0.
Yes, sir. 0.
See, when you are talking about center of mass, you are not concerned with any of the particular particle. So whenever you are talking about center of mass, you have only one formula: F external is equals to mass of the system into the acceleration of center of mass. So this the acceleration is of center of mass. So a point where you assume that the whole mass, this external force will act on that point. So how is that point? That is the acceleration of it. So if here also in this case they are attracting each other, so that's internal force of the system. So external force is again 0. So external force is 0. So obviously the acceleration of the center of mass will be 0. So the speed of the center of mass will be 0. Center of mass will be stationary. Okay. Any problems? Is there any external force acting on them? The system consists of q minus q dash, two particles. Okay, so system consists of two particles. In the last question also the people were moving here and there. So always you need to look at the center of mass from the perspective of a person standing outside. So I am standing over here. So from my perspective, center of mass will not change. So here also I was standing outside the boat. So from my perspective, the center of mass will remain at the same point. Okay? So center of mass will not change. We have proved this, we have done this derivation. What's the problem? बेटा अगर ये क्वेश्चन जो है फिर ये क्या व्हाट वाज द नीड ऑफ गिविंग दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस इन नीट एग्जाम है दिस इज द थिंग दैट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड विजुअलाइज ओके चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन believe in yourself, okay, and believe in physics, and when you will practice and understand and visualize, there won't be any problem. So now we have two bodies of mass 1 kg and 3 kg, and its position is given by vector r1. So this origin and this position vector r1 is I cap plus 2j cap plus k cap, and the position vector of this R2 vector is minus 3 I cap minus 2 j cap plus k cap. So these are the two masses. Find the center of mass. The center of mass of this system has the position vector. So obviously center of mass will be there on the line joining these 2 points. So if center of mass is suppose here, so you need to tell me this position vector R. Okay, and it will definitely be denoted by capital R, center of mass. Okay, find the center of mass. So what will the formula? So formula for the center of mass, capital R, it will be given by M1 R1 plus M2 R2 divided by M1 plus M2. So if the origin was here and it was along the x-axis, so the formula was, so at this position, so this was at a distance x, so x, so this is x-axis suppose, so x is equals to m1 x1 plus m2, so this was your m1 here, m2 here, m2 x2 divided by m1 plus m2. But if the position vectors are given to us, this is how you need to do. Yes, got the answer? It should not take that much of time. So what is m1? m1 is 1 kg. What is r1? I cap plus 2j cap plus k cap plus what is m2? That is 3 into minus 3 I cap minus 2j cap plus k cap divided by 1 plus 3. Right?
Yes, sir, done.
So what is the correct option?
So minus 2 I cap minus j cap plus k cap.
A part.
Minus 2 I cap minus j cap plus k cap. So you can clearly see this 1 I cap and this is minus 9. So 1 minus 9 is minus 8. Minus 8 divided by 4, minus 2. So 2 and here 3 to the minus 6. So 2 and minus 6. Minus 4 divided by 4 is 1. So here students, you just see that here in this option this is minus 2k and in this option this is minus 2k. So the next is minus j. So that's minus j. So that's the correct option. You need not to even go for the k. So that's what you need to do for the MCQs. So for k also, if you see 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So the correct option is A part. So part A is the correct answer. Next question. So this is the position vector of center of mass. Okay. Students, when there is NEET exam, you need to remember lots and lots of formulas, okay? Because one question 1 minute, you don't have time to derive the formulas, okay? So we did a question in which we did 2 questions. One was we did 2 derivations. Even if you have not done the derivation, doesn't matter. If there is a rod of length L, it has uniform density throughout. So obviously, where will be the center of mass? It will be at a distance L by 2. But if this rod has so this linear density was uniform, okay? But here the density is directly proportional to the distance. So the density is increasing as you move from origin. So density is increasing. It is proportional to here. It is less denser and it is getting more and more denser, more and more weight. So obviously it will not lie on L by 2, but it lies here. We calculated 8. Yes. What was it? We did the derivation for this. When lambda is directly proportional to x, so lambda is equals to alpha into x or a into x or k into x, whatever the constant of proportionality you want to write, you can write. Yes.
2 by 3L.
2 by 3L, yes, right. So it was 2 by 3L. Remember? So this is 2 by 3. So this is the derivation that we did. But I told you, you don't need the derivations, but you need to remember the formulas. So the formula is 2 by 3L. So it's such a simple question. What is the length of the rod is? L is equals to 3 meters. So tell me, where will be the center of mass? Yes.
2 meters.
2 by 3 into L is 3, so it's 2 meters. So this distance is 2 meters. So D is the correct option. Okay, students. So NEET has straightforward questions. All the questions that you see are straightforward because you will find the answer within 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds even. Okay, like center of mass, there is no external force, so no change in the state of center of mass. Just 5 seconds. There are certain questions because in AIMS exam there was you need to derive certain formulas, but for NEET very little derivation is required. Okay, so next question. So we have a uniform force that is 3I cap plus J cap, and this is constant. You can clearly see it is constant. It doesn't depend on X, Y or Z, and it acts on mass 2 kg. Okay, and the object is displaced. So earlier on this mass 2 kg was here, and now it is so it is displaced to this position. Okay, so this was your position R1, and it is displaced to this position R2. So R1 is given to you, that is so that is equals to 2I cap plus J cap, and R2 is given to you 4I cap plus 3J cap minus K cap. So this mass is displaced by the force, and it's a constant force. So this force is given by the force which displays this mass, that is given by 3I cap plus J cap, right? So that's the force acted on the mass 2 kg and has taken the mass 2 kg to this coordinate. Okay, now you have to tell the work done. So what is work done? Work done is equals to F dot S, that's dot product. Any problems? Can you do it? So what is the displacement here? So that's delta R, displacement. So you know delta R, that is final position minus initial position. Okay, so F dot delta R, right? So what is delta R here? So what is R2? 4I cap plus 3J cap minus K cap minus 2I cap plus K cap. And what this comes out to be? 4 minus 2 is 2I cap. The J is not there, so plus 3J cap, and this minus K cap, and this minus K cap, so minus 2K cap. Okay, come on. So what do you get? Put these values over here. 3I cap plus J cap dot 2I cap plus 3J cap minus 2K cap. We did the formula. So I and I dot I is 1, so 3 to the 6, and then J component 3 into 1 is 3, yes, and then K is 0 here, so 0, and here it is minus, doesn't matter, so 0 into minus 2 is 0, so plus 0. So this comes out to be 9 joules. Yes. You can see this with triangular law also. So head of this is joined with the tail of this. So you can clearly see that R1 plus delta R is equals to R2, isn't it? Yes, this vector plus this vector is the resultant vector. So this is the resultant vector R2. So original vector displacement and delta R is equals to R2 minus R1. Okay, so this is by triangular law of addition vectors or vector addition. Okay, students?
Yes, sir.
Any problem?
No,
No, sir.
So that was the question of dot product. Now let us do last question of today. That is cross product. Find the torque about the origin where the force of. So this question is also in 2020. Okay. So recent, just the exam. So we have done 2 questions from the recent. So you can see how important these topics are. We have 2 questions in the NEET exams from these topics. So torque, what is the formula of torque? Torque is equals to, we did it, we discussed it in the last class. Yes, it's a cross product. Come on. Torque
RF sin theta.
R cross F, R cross F, and that is RF sine theta n cap, right? Yes, that is what torque is, R cross F. And now what is R equals to here? R is the position vector, that is 2k cap, so it's 0 I cap plus 0 j cap plus 2k cap. Okay, and what is F vector here? That is 3j Newton. Okay, so it's in meters and it's in Newton. Students, important point here. So what is the dimensional formula for torque? What is the dimensional formula for torque? Yes. What is the dimensional formula? What are the units of torque? Units of torque. What are the units of force? Newton. What is the units of SI unit of R? Meter. So what are the units of torque? It's a rotational force. Torque is what? It's the force responsible for the rotation of the body, right? So what are the units of torque? So this much is force acting at this point on the body, on the particle which is at this position. So this much force. Students, so what is the and who also have the same units? Okay, who also have the same units as torque? Newton meter. Yes, we have just done a question. What are the units of work? Units of work are Newton meter. So the units of torque is also Newton meter. Work is also Newton meter. So see, the units are same. Some of the time this question also comes in exams. Tell 2 physical quantities who have same units, who have same dimensional formula. How do we write the dimensional formula if we want to write for the work? That's another important question. If you have forgotten, let us revise it. Dimensional formula. How do we write it? So M, L and T you have to write in these terms only. Mass, length and time. These fundamental quantities you have to write. So what is the, so keep on simplifying the formula until you get it in the form of mass, length and time. So displacement is also in terms of length. Okay, so displacement is length. Okay, but what about force? Dimensions of force. So force equals to F is equals to m into a. Okay, so m we have reached mass. Okay, but a not in, so in terms of length and time we have to tell. So what is a? Velocity upon time. Okay, time we have got, so time, mass. Okay, what is velocity? So that is, velocity is again so 1 upon time and t. So velocity is displacement upon time. Okay, so now we have simplified it, right, in terms of mass, time and distance. Is this clear to everyone? So what is the dimensional formula for force? It will be, yes, mass is 1 time and length is how many times? Length is only 1 times, mass is 1 time, length is 1 time, and the time is how many times? Yes,
So minus 2.
minus
Minus
2. So this force, this. So what are the dimensional formula for the work? So dimensional formula for work is, or you can say dimensions of work is, yes, m1 l1 t minus 2 into l, and this comes out to be m1 m raised to 1 l square. This 1 and 1 will be added. So this is the dimensional formula of the work. This is the dimensional formula of the torque. So they have same dimensional formulas. But see, these two are totally different quantities. This is the work and this is force. So this is rotational force, okay? Torque. Got it, students? Another very important concept we have done. Okay, write it down. See, now I'm uploading the videos on the YouTube channel, and the notes are also there. You can see these notes. I'm not sending the notes on WhatsApp. So below the video you can see that there are notes. There will be notes. So subscribe the channel, and you will get the videos and notes. So last class notes and last video is there on the internet, on the channel. Okay, so that at any point of time you go and see it. So now let us write force. So force is 3J. So in x there is no component of force in x direction. There is 3 Newton force acting in only direction, that is y, and again there is no force acting in z direction. So that's the force. Okay, so we now r cross f, how do we write it? That's equals to I, j and k. Yes, we did it today. What are the components of r? First of all, write the components of r, x, y and z components. 0, 0, 2. What is the component of f? Yes, 0, 3, 0. Okay, so obviously, if you first of all you have to hide I, and always make this circle I and then j and then k, so that there is no confusion. So hide I, and from j to k, start from j to k. Okay, so j to k, 0 into 0 is 0, and then 2 into minus 2 into 3. So minus 2 into 3 is 6, plus now j cap. So hide the j cap. So if you will hide the j cap, here I have 0, so the result will be 0. Okay, so hide j cap, you have to move from I to k to I. So k to I, 2 into 0. Okay, so 2 into 0 is 0, minus 0 into 0. So again it will be 0, plus now for the k cap. For k cap, I into j. So hide the k cap. So I into j. So 0 into 3 minus. So I into j, and then j means 0 into 0. So this is 0, this is 0. So you are left with only minus 6 I cap. So that's your torque. Torque is equals to minus 6 I cap. And what are the units? Newton meter. Okay. So which one is the correct option?
B.
B. So you can see how easy this question is. Can we do this question in a more simpler way? Yes. Tau is equals to R cross F. What is R? R is, yes. Why don't you speak 2?
2K gap.
What is force?
3J cap.
3J cap. So that is 3 into 2, 6. K cap into J cap. What is K cap into J cap? K cap, if you write J cap into K cap, J into K, moving in this circle, you will get I cap, right? But here you are writing K cap into J cap. So K cap into J cap will be equals to, that's equals to
Minus I cap.
minus I cap. So that's 6 into minus I cap, and that you can write it as a 6 I cap. So 6 I cap Newton meter, that's your torque. So students, this is what is required for the NEET. Okay, not the traditional ways, but you need to apply your mind in all the questions that we did today. So we have done a lot of basic stuff and practice the dot product, cross product and center of mass. So I hope tomorrow you have your exam.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in the
Yes,
last video which is there, that is I think video number 11, all the solutions of NCERT questions are there. I think example 7.2 is not there. 7.2 example, if you want to do, let us do it again. We have done it earlier also. So if you look at example 7.2, so rest of the exercise questions related with this concept and example 7.1 and 2 is there in the video, last video, okay, video number 11 yesterday. So those who have not watched it, okay. And okay students, tell me one thing, do you want me to take the classes in the next week? You have your exams. Do you want my class for half an hour or 45 minutes in the morning? Will it affect your preparations? Means I can take your class from 6:30 to 7:15, 45 minutes class, so that slowly we can move along with this chapter. Yes. Say yes, no.
No, sir.
No, sir. How
Yes,
many
sir.
of you say no?
Sir,
1. So rest of you want the class.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So you people are so busy. Huh?
yes, sir.
So how will our syllabus move forward? Means
After this week, sir.
after this week. Okay, doesn't matter. So students, okay, then next week there will be no class. Okay, this is what you want to say. You don't need any class. Okay. So give your exams well. Okay, after the next week we will resume I will resume my classes. So for 1 week, give your exams level. Okay, honestly, you people are doing your exam, I hope. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So example
Yes,
7.2 NCERT,
Yes.
page number 147. So if you watch the previous video and today's class, in these two classes, I think means almost your whole syllabus is revised. So we have a triangular lamina. Lamina is a 2D closed figure made normally with a metal sheet. So we have to find the means center of mass of this triangular lamina. So students, divide this lamina into the strips. Okay, yes, very thin strips. as thin as it is possible, just like rod. So we did it in the case of rod. So what is the center of mass of this rod? L by 2? Yes? Middle of this rod?
Yes, sir.
So where is the center of mass of the next strip?
Middle.
So each strip has a center of mass at its midpoint. Each strip has its center of mass at its midpoint. Agree or not?
Agree, sir.
Okay. So all of them. So simply, now if we join the midpoint of all the strips, what do we get? Midpoint of this line also. We get a median.
Median.
Yes. This is a
Yes, sir.
median. So the center of mass of the whole triangle is definitely going to lie on this median LP, isn't it? So, and similarly we can argue that if this is the length MQ and if we draw a median making the strips here also same way, and joining those strips means joining those midpoints, we get the median, that is MQ on this side, and similarly we get so center of mass lies on LP, center of mass lies on MQ, and center of mass lies on NR also, right? So on all these medians, yes, center of mass will lie on all these medians.
Yes, sir.
So which is the common point which lies on all the three medians? Which is the common point which lie on all the three medians?
Centroid.
Centroid. Yes. So the common point, common intersection point, you can say common point. So common point or intersection, you need not to say both of them together. Intersection point of all medians is centroid. So therefore the center of mass lie on centroid. So center of mass lies on centroid. Okay, students, now you can ask your doubts if there is any doubt. So
No doubt, sir.
okay, thank you. So I hope that this topic is more clear now.